Masechet Zevachim. What a beautiful nighttime view is surrounding me here in Ramat Bet Shemesh Aleph. You can see the skyline. It's about to rain, I believe, over here, but beautiful in of itself. And we're on page 74 here of Tractate Zevachim, making fantastic progress. Now we're speaking about a topic I believe we spoke about. I think we brushed on it in, if we cast our minds back, I think it was in either Baba Kama or Baba Matzia, if my memory recollects. We're dropping things into the sea. We're talking about using notes once again from Rabbi Adin Stein, Tzaddik Livracha. Now, there's cases, we've been talking about cases of te'aruvot, mixtures, forbidden into permissible items in of itself, respectively, over the last few days. And there's two more cases of mixtures that include a forbidden item, which is going to be. Nahum quotes Rabba Bar Avuhu, the name of Rab, as teaching that in a case of a signet ring of Avera that was mixed with others so that the entire collection was forbidden. If a single ring, let's say, falls, we will assume that it was the forbidden ring that fell. So we learn about many people that are learning the Rabbanut, Hilchot, Kashrut, Isur V'Heter, respectively, would have brushed upon that specific topic. Now we're going to see Rish Lakish is actually going to teach that if there's a barrel of teruma, tithes, let's say permitted only to a Kohen, and that was going to be mixed with other barrels so that none could be eaten except by a Kohen, should one, let's say, of them fall into the Yam HaMelech, the Dead Sea, the large Dead Sea, then famous Dead Sea in Israel, then we will assume that it was a barrel of truma that fell in, and all the others are going to be permitted. That's what we're going to assume over here today in today's page of the Gemara, friends. Okay, but we can say more within regards to this. I'm just going to wow, what a nighttime. It's a fresh air actually here in Israel as we're talking about rain and seas and stuff like that. I feel like there is actually a sea right behind me at the moment because the weather is so fresh respectively over here, but very, very interesting. So we're talking, I think this is more a topic where we actually speak about it in the Kuf Yud Aleph territory in Hilchot Isur V'Heter respectively. So it goes on in today's page. Now I believe in the first case, a great commentator named Rashi, he explains that the signet ring was decorated with an idol over here. And the mixture is forbidden because Avodah Zarah, idol worship, cannot become nullified. Great commentators. The Tosfot is going to suggest that it is the unique importance of the ring that creates a situation that keeps it from becoming nullified. The Yam HaGadol, the Great Sea, referred to in this case, is the Mediterranean Sea, as it is called in Sefer Yoshua. We see in the book of Joshua, I believe in chapter 1, all the way right at the beginning, on verse number 4. Now, this name itself is going to separate the Mediterranean from other bodies of waters in Israel, like the Kinneret and the Dead Sea, respectively. Dead Sea is the second example we gave here. Now, Yam HaMelech mentioned in the second case is in fact the Dead Sea, as we mentioned about just 1 minute ago, friends, which is also referred to in Talmudic text in the Gemara itself as the Sea of Sodom. We also know we just came out of Parshat Vayera only a couple of weeks ago, and Hillary sought Lot's wife Gemara to suggest, let's say, that a forbidden object be thrown into Yin who might chance across the object and take it for personal use. It is also possible, let's just say, that the high salt of mineral content of the Dead Sea was seen by the sages as elements that would ruin anything thrown into it. Now, it goes on further. Let's say, after bringing these two specific cases, the Gemara explains why both of these cases are needed, since we would not be able to derive one situation from another inside this page of the Gemara over here. So very, very interesting, friends. And we're already making fantastic progress. It's night time at the moment. Just the weather looks like it's about to rain here, over here in Israel. So nothing like going for a drive. Just had to run an errand just a minute ago over here. About 73 pages already. What an achievement, friends, over here to stay with page 74 of Masechet Zevachim. And it's, wow, just got the radio on at the moment. And it's like an encyclopedia of different cases which we're exploring here in today's page inside the Gemara, where We are grappling. We were talking. It's actually interesting. I think it was only about 3 weeks ago. I gave over a class over here just on the street, and it wasn't nighttime, but now we get the nighttime view also as a special treat over here as we grapple inside the Gemara. 74th page today, and that's a phenomenal achievement. And let's just say a couple of words over with in regards to how important it is to learn Talmud every day, what a boost it gives. Actually, personally, on a personal note, thank God a lot of people, we do get hundreds and hundreds of people each day watching on different places these videos, these daily tidbits. Some days, I think there was one Daf Yomi video that had nearly 5,000 views quite recently, which is very, very interesting. But what's interesting is that because I try and record in a different place every single day, these videos, it helps me remember also the idea of the daily page, of the daily daf in of itself. So if I was sitting on a desk every day saying over the same thing and I wasn't trying to be spontaneous, let's just say, in of itself, it would be more difficult to remember. So some people have like this ADHD creative, let's say, memory, where by recording things itself, or by knowing where you were on the time and the place and where you were saying it over, will actually help illustrate the memory much better of the daily page. And we've been doing this, friends, I think since Masechet Zevachim. I believe we're going back towards the end of May 2002. We're talking about already, I think it's handsomely 3.5 years. So 3.5 years. That is possibly covered about 1,200 plus pages of Gemara nearly, which I think we were consistent all throughout. I remember, I think in Masechet Zevachim, possibly initially we were doing like once every, I think once a week right at the beginning, or twice a week. But then towards the end of that Masechet, we were quite impressive on going near one a day. Then on Masechet Nedarim, we were recording, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much we covered the whole Masechet. Maybe we missed a few pages, and then once we got to Nazir, we've been pretty much consistent. And I don't think we've missed if we missed a few pages of the Gemara on the daily basis, we're talking about maybe it would have been less than a dozen, or maybe less even than 5 or 10 or something, which is very, very impressive. But sometimes I do go back, and it's important to do Chazara. So I recommend everyone to look over the playlists of what we recorded over the past 3.5 years, and all those different duffs we did, especially on Masechet Sota, the Babas, especially the Babas that took up easily, I think, more than a year, possibly a year and a half, or just over about a year and 2 months. I remember my personal favorite one was Sanhedrin, which we were learning. That took nearly 4 months over, but that's why I tried to start recording every single day. But nothing beats it. The vast majority of these videos are recorded in Bet Shemesh, city of Bet Shemesh, in Ramat Bet Shemesh Aleph. I have recorded some videos also, I believe, in Jerusalem. We've been all over the place. We've been Ashkelon, Ashdod some days. I did a few videos in Tel Aviv, I think in Bnei Brak. So we've really had like a conglomeration of various different videos from different cities. We were in England for Scott just over 2 years ago, if you could recollect. So if you watch those videos back from then, I think it was in the middle of Kiddushin, I think from pages 40, I think it was 47 or something, onwards, for maybe 2 weeks till about 62, 63. We were recording every single day the daily page, a specific tidbit in of itself over there at that stage in time. But very, very interesting over here. And nothing like Talmud in of itself. And coming actually into Parshat Vayetzet this Shabbat coming, where we're going to see the birth of the vast majority. We're going to see at the end that Leah is the greatness of Leah. She realizes that she's pregnant after having 6 boys, half the tribes in of itself. I believe she prays, and she knows she's pregnant, and she wants it to be a girl instead of a boy, so that great sister Rachel is not going to end up having less of the tribes than Bilhah and Zilpah, the maidservants. So at the end, the baby happens to be Dinah, as we see in the Parsha itself, in the Torah portion in of itself. So very, very interesting. Friends, if you haven't subscribed to the channel now, we're a community here. We're learning every single day tidbits on the Daf Yomi. We are also recording videos of great Jewish personalities here of modern day. We record tours all over Israel. We try and explore the archaeology of Israel, the different sites of Israel over here. And we love to go to all the different destinations respectively over here and get inspired. So that's another project that we are working on at the moment, which I very, very much recommend people to look at. And and so much more we try and do. And it's only on this channel, friends, over here. So I recommend enough to join, to subscribe, and to love and enjoy and educate also, friends, over here. And wishing you well. It's actually one of my biggest I'm not the biggest fan of reverse parking, so let's do this together. Over here someone took my parking space, which is not the best thing, but Gamzu Latova, that's a famous, friends, there's a famous phrase that if something doesn't necessarily go your way about some specific item, say the words Gamzu Latova. That is the phrase to use. So that is very, very interesting, friends. So let's do this together, and I will call it a day. I think I'm going to come inside quite handily. Let's come in. Yeah. I like these parking spaces over here. I think I did it quite well. I have tried to reverse in, and I achieved it over here, friends, which is amazing. You know, someone recently failed another test, and I was speaking to them. Said don't worry about it, and the reverse parking was never the issue within regards to that. So very, very good. Time to call it a night over here. And very good. Anyone tuning in, this is in the city of Bet Shemesh here in Israel, just recording this. We covered over Masechet Zevachim page, at the moment today, page 74 over here. It actually looks like it's about to rain here in Israel. We're actually praying for the rain the whole time, so how important it happens to be. We'll just go for a walk for half a minute over here. So just see this. Now, I don't think something's happened over here, friends. I think on this note, we'll call it a day. So wishing you all a great night. Take care and be well, friends. Thanks.